Hi there, I'm Andrea Koppel, and it's Time for Coffee, the podcast where you get to hear firsthand what the jobs and careers that interest you the most are really like. Hey there, Java Junkies. Welcome to another K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. By the way, K-Cups come in 3 sizes, single, double, and triple shots, or roughly 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes in length. So if you don't have time to throw back an entire caffeinated career conversation, these K-Cup mini episodes of T4C can give you a quick caffeinated fix, whether you're on the go or you only have a few minutes to binge. So grab your mug and take a chug, because it's time for a caffeinated career double shot K-Cup with my guest, Michael Counts. I love the way you described your intent in an article that I read about you, Michael. You said you see yourself as a bridge builder and as bridge building, and you're reaching your hand out to your audience as if to say, come with me.
Yeah, that's been one of the most important guiding principles for me of the work that I've done. The community that I was sort of a part of in my early career was often described as a sort of downtown New York avant-garde theater scene. And I think a lot of people within the avant-garde had a kind of, I don't know, for lack of a better word, a kind of an elitist attitude. And I think art tends to do that, especially high art. And where the idea is like, if you don't get it, you're kind of too bad you didn't get it. You're kind of beneath us, and it can be art and theater. Sort of all kind of culture can be kind of heady, and I wasn't into that. Like I wanted people to get it. That my heroes who made art and theater in my early life that I saw were very generous, and they wanted people to get it, to make it, they didn't dumb it down, but they made it accessible. And to me, accessibility is one of the most critical facets of what I try and do. And I think I've done that, in a lot of the immersive shows, but also in some of the operas where I felt like my job as a designer and director was to find a way to what I called crack the code, take the first opera I did was very esoteric music, very heady stuff. And I was like, how do I make this accessible so that if my 11-year-old son were coming in to watch it, that he would get it and he would understand it and he would be taken on a journey with it and he'd feel included. And even if it was very dense or heady, he would have a good time and sort of feel the wonder that I always want to feel in art and theater and entertainment. And that to me is bridge building. Harvey Lichtenstein, who was the really the famous visionary leader of the Brooklyn Academy of Music for its most critical period, and really built that institution. He described himself as a translator. He said, I take ideas of leading edge artists and I try and make them accessible to new audiences that maybe wouldn't think that it was for them, but upon having it translated in just the right way, discover that it is for them. And I think that's a great service.
Thanks for tuning in to this K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. If you want to listen to our entire caffeinated career conversation, please check out the show notes for this episode. Thanks so much for listening to Time for Coffee, where the professionals in the jobs that most interest you always have time to grab coffee 24/7, no matter where you live. I have one quick favor to ask you. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to Time for Coffee. Thanks so much.